and a TVT. Who doesn't love a good TVT? Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Gres Van, making it to his second finals of the day. Wasn't able to win the last one. Let's see if he's able to take this one down at his Team Liquids. Clem. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner for the Shopify Rebellion. It is our blue Terran, ByuN. So you're going to check who won the Open Cup Korea today. See if it was ByuN. Maybe ByuN won it. He did. Look at that. So ByuN in his second finals of the day. Clem in his second finals of the day. And oh my, is that something cheeky or is that something breaky? Cheeky breaky Clem. ByuN just going for the single racks for the time being. No scout. Rack's kind of an interesting location here. Ooh, but this is not Reapers. This is not Reapers. Clem going for Marauders. Oh, you just never see this. I love this. I love that Clem is busting this out. He actually does this during the NA finals kind of a lot. Now that I think about it, he did this against Max Packs, so it's getting very late for Clem right now. I think it's like 3:30 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. So, you know, maybe he's like, let's make this a quick finals. Let's just do this nice and easy. ByuN's going to scout around here, but is not going to spot these racks, at least not yet. Doesn't look like he's headed this way either. So these Marauders are going to start coming out. No problem. ByuN's not going to know what he's up against. In fact, he's not heading across the map at all. So he doesn't know if there's a CC or not. And oh, man, that's good. That's an easy cancel right there for Clem. So this is a very nice opening for him. Factory is building the tech lab so we can start to get into like a Cyclone. A Cyclone would be really nice here, but even that is in danger with the concussive shells. The Marauders are going to show up, and these Reapers, there goes one. Ooh, actually, it looks like he can't catch them. I'm surprised Clem isn't trying to force this cancel on the low ground. I guess he wants to try to get the damage done while he can. The Cyclone is on the way, but it is not here just yet. The depots are going down. Clem's getting the damage he can. There's the cancel on the low ground. Oh, SCV's coming out to play. Nice little Reaper Grenade there, causing a lot of surface area on these Marauders. Marauders just taking the trades they can, trying to target down these workers. Oh, man. I mean, this kind of feels like it. 13 SCVs going down. Yes, it's a committed proxy from Clem, but he's ahead so many workers. His SCVs that are out here fall down. That's the 2. Cyclone gets one lock on. Gonna help clean up these last 2 Marauders. But 20 workers die. ByuN down to 5 SCVs. And unless he really thinks he can push across the map with this, that is it. That is that. 2 more Marauders popping out. Oh, it's a nice lock on. Does a lot of damage. Problem is, Clem has his own Cyclone on the way back at home. He still has... Yeah, okay, that's GG. I was just going to go through all the things Clem has back at home to play with. Like triple the SCV count. Actually, more than triple the SCV count. GG. The Proxy Marauders coming through. Really nice build order victory there for Clem. And I think ByuN may be learning his lesson that you can't not scout against an opponent like Clem. Clem will... just bust you. Now we're getting into game 2. Gonna be on Royal Blood. Royal Blood, I don't know how this is gonna work in TVT. I was just talking about this recently, but earlier today. I don't feel like I have a good sense of how each map in this current map pool is played in specifically mirror matchups that I feel like I used to have a really good sense of. And I don't know if it's because these maps all feel very similar to me in a lot of ways. I don't really know. Maybe it's just I just wasn't casting enough when these maps first came out to like learn it with everybody else. Just gotta keep working on it. But we'll see what happens in this TVT between these two lovely players. In the lower left-hand corner, we have Team Liquid's Clem in the very, very red trunks. And in the right corner, in the blue trunks, we have the Shopify Rebellions ByuN. I don't know, we went boxing announcer with that one. That's what we would need for the StarCraft boxing, where the players can punch each other. I guess in StarCraft boxing, you'd have to like both players drop everything every like 2 minutes and get in the boxing ring for like 30 seconds, throw a few punches, and then go back to playing. Is that how the StarCraft chess worked? Or the boxing chess, excuse me. Because that was a thing, wasn't it? Didn't they do that? I don't know. Clem getting cheeky with it once again with the proxy racks. This time it's just one rack's proxied. So yeah, it's going to be the Reapers. A little less committed. Actually, a lot less committed. A little closer to a standard build. Still a lot of potential for damage here. But I expect ByuN to have good enough, I don't know, a good enough reaction and good enough micro to hold on. He's going for factory before CC. He's got a nice little supply depot down here. Supply depot. Do you think he got this at Home Depot? Maybe at Office Depot? I don't know. Office Depot is a good supply store. Ah, but so is Home Depot. I used to get lots of supplies at Home Depot. When I was doing carpentry, get all my supplies there. It might as well have been a supply depot. With all the supplies I got at the Home Depot. This is a good start for Clem, though. Jumping on top of this Reaper, getting a good amount of hits off on it. Second Reaper's about to pop. SCV's getting pulled immediately. Second Reaper drops a cheeky grenade, but it will go down anyways. First Reaper going to try to dive in here and save some of these SCVs. Cancel on the low ground CC. Very painful for ByuN to have to do that, but it is the right call ultimately. First Hellion is out, and another Reaper on the way. Clem might still be able to find some damage here, though, as the CC starts back up in the main. This has already gotten some good damage, though. Clem, I think, is going to start his CC. He's going to jump in here. He's going to get that SCV, delaying that command center even further from where it was. It's an important delay since Clem CC still hasn't started up back at home. And now with a couple Reapers going down, I think this aggression might be pretty much over. So he's going to drop his own CC. He's got his own Hellion on the way. Clem, though, he's not going to stop the aggression. He's going to continue to pressure. Again, just trying to split the difference between these jump up spots, hoping he's in the right spot if Clem does decide to come back in. Looks like Clem just holding the low ground for now. Definitely the safer play. But I think Clem has more units at the moment. Yeah. 5-2 to 3-1. Hellion and Reaper showing up right here. Looks like Clem's going to try to dive back in. Cyclone is not out yet, and there's no wall here. So Clem can just come right on in the base, and he's going to do exactly that, seeing exactly what's here. Cyclone is going to pop out in time. Needs to be very careful. Cyclones are not the end-all, be-all. Once upon a time they were. Not anymore, and there's another delay on the CC and a delay on the starport here for ByuN. And that's going to give Clem a chance to actually finish this CC first. And not only that, ByuN CC is up on the high ground. Now, ByuN has started a third command center behind this. So he's potentially going to be able to take an economic advantage in a little bit. But right now, it's even worker count. Clem's mining from his natural first, which is always going to be better. And I think Clem's got to be feeling pretty good about this game. ByuN might want to try to find some counter damage here, and it looks like he's going to. He's got a Liberator coming out that seems to be rallied to do some harassment. He might try to hit the front with these two Cyclones, his own Reapers and Hellions. Clem seems to have a decent amount of stuff back at home. But a Liberator could really cause him trouble. There goes that Lib heading around the corner. ByuN seems to kind of be chilling back at home with the main units, though. Feels like he doesn't want to put too much pressure on and risk losing them. Clem's trying to hold the center, and you know what? If those units came across, they'd go right up this ramp. But that means this Cyclone is not back at home to defend the Liberator. Clem doesn't have anything back at home to deal with that. At least not yet. Does have a couple Marines out, though. And a potential auto turret from the Raven. Oh, and this Raven in a great position here. Liberator just runs away. It's like, actually, you know what? Better to save the Liberator. I think that's a good choice. You know, I wonder, would it be worth it? Probably not. The answer is almost certainly not. But would it be worth trying to get out a cheeky ghost at around this point in the game, around the time where you might be taking a third soon, so you've got a decent economy set up? Ooh, I think this is really good for Clem. I got to talk about this first. Game's happening. Okay, it actually ends up working out for ByuN. Would it be worth trying to get one or two ghosts out? And I ask this because this stage of the game, both players have usually 2 or 3 Ravens. Depending on who's playing, sometimes we see like a no Raven kind of thing. I think Gumiho often plays no Raven. It could certainly happen. But a lot of times we see 2 or 3 Ravens out. These Reapers trying to catch the Hellions, or the Cyclones rather. They'll get one. The other one going to get bopped backwards. Gets a really nice lock onto the Raven, though. Forces the interference matrix. Do the Reapers catch this? Does this Cyclone have any friends? Oh, looks like he gets home. Oh, the Liberator came in and died. All right. Well, anyways, I feel like having 1 or 2 ghosts out probably isn't worth it because the Ghost Academy is not super cheap. But you are going to have a barracks on a tech lab, so you don't have to worry about that, right? I feel like getting a ghost or 2 out could be kind of cool because you could EMP the Ravens, and this game becomes so much different. I feel like I could see like Euthermal if he wasn't retired. Euthermal's the kind of player I could see, maybe TY, doing a build with like 2 ghosts specifically to EMP Ravens during an attack. And you push into somebody like this set up defensively, you shut down all their tanks, EMP their Ravens, and then you just absolutely crush their army. But we're seeing the Ravens used for something different here from ByuN as he is auto-turreting the crap out of this base of Clem, killing 10 SCVs. Handful of Marines going down as well. I hear those death noises. And ByuN, using that as a bit of a distraction, is pushing across the map at the same time, stimming in to this completely undefended third base, killing the third CC. Wait. Nope, he killed it. That's a lot of Marines, and he killed it. He immediately stims and runs away. Oh, he's got 1-1. He's taking this fight. He is winning this fight. Okay, he loses the fight. Lose the medevacs as well. It's a bit painful, but you know what? I think killing the third CC is more than worth it. ByuN is happily mining from this third back at home. He is going to have to defend it, though. He's got to make sure to get out there. But the auto turret's coming back in, getting even more economic damage done on Clem's side of the map while ByuN defends back at home. Oh, got to get the Marines in position. They're a little bit out here. This tank left all on its own. Clem does have 5 siege tanks with this. More tanks getting shut down as ByuN is forced to lift this third base. This defense seems to be going okay for ByuN. As he's moving in with the SCVs, he knows he can lose a lot and still be okay, but he doesn't win the fight, actually. ByuN gets pushed backwards. Clem is up in army supply now. The worker count is pretty much dead even. Clem still doesn't have a third base behind this, though, so he needs to get a lot of damage done. He's at least stopping ByuN from mining from his third base. So for the time being, Clem is in a good economic position, but it is not permanent. 47 is thank you so much for the 31-month resubscription. Much Seaman love to you as well, my friend. Oh, and Clem says, hey, I noticed you don't have any Vikings. I'm going to get a couple of Liberators out, siege them up out front here, and just keep being annoying, keep pushing ByuN back. Vikings coming out for ByuN now, though. These Liberators not going to last forever, but they get one more siege tank. Well, ByuN picking up into a medevac might be going for a drop, or might not have realized he picked up into a medevac. Still no third command center, just long distance mining for Clem. He's up 22 supply, though, and that's mostly in the army. But if ByuN can break out of this, Clem's pretty much dead behind it. And that's the danger. That's the danger here for Clem. Oh, nice shutdown on 2 of the siege tanks. Clem needs to be really careful with these Marines. They are dying to these tank shots. Now, the shutdowns are good here for ByuN, but tanks come out of that interference matrix and they can start shooting the CC, which is forced to lift. Another tank for ByuN goes down. Clem nearing 100 army supply here as it looks like he wants to stim in on top of these siege tanks. Auto turrets going down to defend them, but they will go down. Where are ByuN's Marines? They're all on the low ground. They're going to come in for the big flank. Clem must be wondering where they are too. ByuN splitting. He's going to hit from both sides. There's some Marines next to the tanks, though. Is there enough here for Clem? ByuN's got 2 too. He's trying to dive in on this, but I don't think it's enough. It looks like Clem might be able to win this fight and win this game. Oh my God, despite some excellent moves from ByuN in that game, killing the third, the Liberator getting some damage, the auto turret's getting a bunch of damage in Clem's mineral line. He killed the third and then lost all those Marines, and Clem just full sent the counterattack and was able to do enough damage there. ByuN was a little too thinly spread, like butter scraped over too much bread, you might say. Clem took advantage of it and just pushed for the win. It's kind of crazy to think he lost the third, but because he forced ByuN to lift his own third, they were just an even amount of bases for that whole last part of the game. What a wild series this has been already. Clem up 2-0 though, coming back with a vengeance after losing to MaxPax in the finals of the NA Cup, or the EU Cup. And honestly, if he wins here, I'm going to be really disappointed for him because he's one of the few players. He's won the most EPT Cups out of anybody, all regions included. He's won 60. The only person that's honestly even really that close to him is Hero Marine at 58. MaxPax is in third with 47. So Clem is way ahead, but he hasn't won 2 on the same day. This feels like it could have been his opportunity if he hadn't left Game 4 of that other series against MaxPax early. A bit of an unfortunate Idra GG in that series. Let's hope this doesn't happen to him again, as he's on match point. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner, it is, of course, Team Liquid's Clem on match point in the finals for the second time today. Hoping he doesn't throw it away to his opponent in the lower left, the Shopify Rebellion. It's ByuN. Clem with a significant lead, sending 2 SCVs out on the map. Do you expect anything less? No. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You know what? Maybe he needed to cheese more against MaxPax. That was the strat that needed to happen. Looks like it is going to be another proxy 2 racks Reaper. Maybe hoping to catch ByuN off guard. Could be Marauder. I think it's going to be the Reapers like last game. But with both racks is proxied. He has, I am sure, noticed ByuN hasn't been scouting. ByuN's been scouting with the Reaper, though. So I imagine he'll be able to find this, but I mean, theoretically, Clem's Reaper should be out at the same time as ByuN's with this build. So he's going to scout it by seeing that first Reaper, I would guess. We'll see. Actually, ByuN might send the first Reaper. Oh, no, it's Reactor first. I I don't really know how this works. I think this is bad for ByuN because he's just not going to have a unit out, right? Like, you do the reactor first because it takes the Reaper basically the same amount of time to cross the map as it does for the 2 Reapers to come out. So by the time the Reaper gets here, you have 2 back at home. That's not the case here. Clem's got 2 Reapers on the way. Oh, he's going to hold them. He's not going to have a Reaper in fighting SCVs immediately. He's waiting. He's biding his time. He's going to wait for the second one. That does give ByuN a little bit more time to build these 2 Reapers. It's a little dicey, though, I feel like. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how the interaction works here. ByuN's going to scout this right now. There's a Hellion on the way as well for ByuN. Nice repair on this SCV. It's going to go down, but buying a lot more time on that than he really should have been able to. 2 Reapers pop out. Ooh, Clem's got a 3rd Reaper showing up, though, so he's going to trade 1 for 1, and then he's going to trade 2 for 1. And now it's just the SCVs fighting against this until the Hellion pops out. So Clem already off to a good start, but I feel like ByuN's got a solid setup against this. I think 2 Reapers at a time and 1 Hellion at a time ends up working out pretty well for him. He needs these Reapers to pop right now because the Hellion can't do this alone. And the SCVs are going to start to eat some damage here. All right, there come those Reapers. Oh, this is a great catch for ByuN. He's going to shove this back. He's going to clean it up. All the Reapers are dead. Clem's got 1 more coming out, but it finds itself in the wrong part of town. Tries to Reaper grenade to safety, but it's not going to happen. And Clem forced to tap out there. ByuN counters the build with the reactor in the base. GG. ByuN puts a point on the board. Clem, again, up on match point. Loses the crucial game. Will he be able to get that momentum back? And get back into the driver's seat. Hooah! All right. Getting into game 4 on Dragon Scales. Welcome back, Saito. Yep, still alive. 11-hour day so far. Clem doing me a service, though, and trying to make these games as short as possible. It's been a very short 3 games of TVT, I'll be honest with you. I'm not super upset about it because they've been very exciting. I like when there's proxies and stuff because the action is immediate. And sometimes I need that immediate action when I've been casting for 11 hours. But maybe we'll get a nice slow one this time. We hop into game number 4. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner. Still on match point. Still has 2 games to put this one away. It is Team Liquid's Clem. But we've seen him at match point before. We've seen him at 2-1 before. It didn't go well for him in that series. This guy is no slouch. In the upper left-hand corner, Shopify Rebellion. It's ByuN. And, you know, Clem's really only been able to win most of these cheeses. I feel like he's been getting good damage done. I mean, game 1, straight up the Marauders won the game. Game 2, there were it was the proxy 1 racks. I feel like it did very well. That game did end up going on longer. Right? What happened in game 2? We were just there, like 8 minutes ago. How do I not remember already? I don't know, but game 3, the cheese not really working out for him. ByuN holding it off. I'm a little surprised, to be honest with you, to not see ByuN proxy 2 racks now. This seems like the perfect time. If I'm ByuN, I'm thinking, no chance he's proxying again. Now's my turn. This is where you proxy 2 racks, or you're like in base 2 racks or something. I don't know. Could be cheeky. Ends up not happening, though. ByuN just going to go for a much more standard opening. He is walling this off, though, so he's a little bit worried about the Reapers, it seems. Respecting the Reapers. The proxy potential. But we finally have a just standard macro game between these two. Game 2 is pretty much like that as well. And that was a very good game. A very solid game between these two players. But yeah, actually, I do remember now. ByuN, it felt like he was a little bit behind after the opening. He pulled his way back into that game and honestly put himself in what I would say is a very good position, but wasn't able to close it out. Clem countered at the last minute. So there's this thing that happens a lot where one player will focus on economic damage and get a lot of it. And then the other player says, hey, you just focused on economic damage. I'm going to punish you now. I'm going to counterattack. Like, yeah, I'm kind of dead back at home, but I have one thing you don't, which is a bigger army. And I'm going to just shove across the map and try to kill you right now. And it's like the last stand. You know, it's the last option of that player. And they need to get a certain level of damage done that's comparable to what happened to them, or the game can't continue. Like, they're just dead. And in that game, man, Clem needed to, like, kill a base or something. But, yeah, he just killed ByuN, so it worked out pretty well for him. Now, this game's, like, dead even. They are on the same exact page here. Big difference, though. Clem CC exists. Wait, what? You know, I just, like, I got confused. I confused myself. I saw the CC on the high ground and I thought, it's a, you know, it's a third. And I was like, oh, it's a natural. And I was like, all right, where's ByuN's natural? Where the hell is ByuN's natural? It just started. What is happening? So ByuN has to be aggressive here, right? He's got a lot of stuff, but he needs to go, like, kill Clem. And I don't know if he can. Clem's going to have a lot of stuff, too. Now, Clem building this one medevac tells me he wants to push across the map and do some damage as well. That is a little bit dicey. Let's take a look at the unit counts right now. Definitely a lead here for ByuN. But if Clem can get something done with these Marines in this medevac, or at least he's going to spot this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't think he realized. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Yikes. So Clem's dead over here. Can he also kill ByuN over here? Clem has Marines with this, which I feel like actually are really good here. ByuN started getting the damage done first. That's worth noting. But as more units show up for Clem, I feel like this is really nice. Oh, he's got to get out of that liberation zone. And he does. Lock onto the medevac, but a nice pullback here from Clem, but not far enough. Not a nice pullback here. Oh, and he loses it. Oh, the lock onto the Liberator means the Cyclone gets the counter lock on. And that's a dead Cyclone. No, it stays alive. Oh, but 2 Marines pop. Okay. ByuN wins. Right? He's got 3 SCVs to 0. The Banshee. Okay, hold on. The Banshee cleaning a bunch of stuff up. None of this shoots up. There's a Banshee here. We gotta pull up the units tab. The last 2 SCVs are dying. It's 1 SCV, 0 SCVs to 0 SCVs. Oh my god, can Clem hold on? He's got the Banshee. Does he have anything that shoots? He's got a Marine and a Cyclone. He does have stuff that shoots up. So Cyclone on the way for ByuN. The Cyclone will kill the Banshee. That's a crucial Cyclone. He's got 2 Marines in production too. Might be able to finish it off. The Cyclone here from Clem. Oh, he's going to try to get the lock on. Where is this Cyclone going to pop out for ByuN? It's another Marine here. The 2 Marines were canceled. The Marines were canceled in favor of a Viking. The lock on, but the Cyclone goes down. It's a Widow Mine on the way. ByuN's so low on money right now. Oh my god, the Viking's going to win the game though. Right? Because the Viking can kill this Banshee, but Clem should be muling now too, but he's not because he didn't defend his base. Okay, GG. Oh my god. There were still Reapers and Hellions in Clem's base, so he couldn't mule, he couldn't mine. Because he couldn't defend them because the Banshee was on the other side of the map. I don't think I've ever in my life seen a game like that. I mean, I've seen some base trades before, but That was wild. 0 versus 0 workers. But all the buildings still there, production's still there, and it's Terran so they can drop mules, so they can still build stuff. The bases all still completely exist. Like, no buildings died in that game. Wild. Absolutely wild. Game 5, guys. This is a hell of a TVT. Okay. We're going to altitude. God, I feel like I never see TVTs on this map. That's the cool thing about best of 5s, especially best of 7s. You start seeing maps that you would never see in a matchup. And it's like, yeah, neither player really has like a build for this map. Or maybe one player does, I don't know, but I doubt it for this situation. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of altitude, we have our red Terran player for Team Liquid. It's Clem. His opponent in the lower left, in the blue, the Shopify Rebellion, it's ByuN. Yeah, crazy ass games, man. This series is actually wild. No proxies to start this one off. Very standard opening so far. But I said that last game, and then ByuN just didn't expand. I didn't even realize there was no command center. I just, like, when I see the factory, I just start assuming the rest of the build is happening, you know? I'm like, oh, it's a normal build. Just talking, yammering away. And I just was like, I'm going to look for the command centers. Where was ByuN's? This is crazy. You just never see one base TVT builds. It's so rare. I do remember, though, there was a finals between Clem and Hero Marine once that they both did the exact same one base build against each other, and it ended up this super weird base trade. Very similar to that one that we just saw. Wild. I love that it went to 0 workers on each side. It's just a beautiful thing. Clem's scouting a little bit, making sure things are as they should be. And in fact, ByuN going for a very fast expand here. So last game. No, yeah, it was last game. I was like, oh, ByuN should proxy 2 racks here because Clem's probably going to play, a bit more standard. And instead, ByuN did a crazy-ass 1-base build. This game he's kind of taking advantage of the opposite way by going for a much quicker CC. Trying to take an economic advantage against somebody who, is playing absolutely standard. We'll see if Clem can still get some damage to ByuN anyways. Ooh, double Hellion production here out of Clem. Interesting. Might try to do something cheeky with that. Grimmy raid? That's a Grimmy raid. I didn't even know there was a streamer named Grimmy UK. That's crazy. Grimmy, my boy. My man. Grimmy, I love you, buddy. I hope you had a lovely stream. Welcome in everybody from Grimmy's channel. I know it's been 2 minutes since the raid, okay? We're on a delay. But thank you so much, Grimmy. It's good to see Grimmy out here in the wild again. It's been so long. Legitimately months. We gotta play some games again, Grim. ByuN placing the starport strategically just out of range of that tech lab. Just out of range. Clem's moving out with his Hellions. Did build 4 of them. Kind of a weird thing to do in a TVT. I kind of love it, though. And there's a lot of Marines here for ByuN. So these Hellions might be able to get some cheeky damage done. Raven's going to hit the backside as well. Might get some scouting. Gets an SCV or 2. Or 3. Oh, gets the 3rd. Nice little auto turrets. Thought I saw something over here, but I did not. Hellion's still sharking around. Are they going to try to dive in? ByuN's actually going for a big drop here. And there's no units backing up for ByuN. Oh my god. Could this work out this well for Clem? Oh, not quite. Not quite. But Clem is going to spot this drop and clean up a handful of these Marines with the Hellions out on the map. That ends up working out really nicely for Clem in any case. Running into the base might have worked out better. But, you know, you just never know. Looks like we just got some Marine tank coming out. Clem's got a 3rd CC already finished. ByuN's is about halfway done. It's just good old macro game here. If we look at the supplies, ByuN down quite a few army supply at the moment. I wonder what that is. Let's take a look. I mean, the Hellions in this... Well, yeah, the Hellions taking up some of it. I don't really know. Some more auto turrets happening here. Doesn't seem to have gotten too much damage done. I feel like there was a drop somewhere. There it is. That is an empty drop. That is a scouting drop. The scouting medevacs. That's hilarious. Actually amazing. Reaper gonna check out the 3rd base timing here. No 3rd CC going down for Clem. It's been done for a while. It's already an orbital even. Oh, that turret is like, guys, we'll stop the Ravens coming in. Don't worry. Nice lock on to one of those Ravens, but the Cyclone died to the auto turrets before the Raven died to the Cyclone. 4 SCVs and a Cyclone there for Clem, and he is increasing that lead that he had in both units and now in workers. Up a few workers. Needs to take that 3rd base, though. 7 SCVs dying. Oh, that's so painful for ByuN. I have no idea why Clem doesn't have this 3rd base down yet. ByuN's +1 armor is done. Looks like his +1 attack's about to finish up here. 1-1 nearly done for Clem, but not just yet. And ByuN hitting at a very sharp timing with that 1-1 finished up right before Clem's is done. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much here, though, with the tanks. The thing about those upgrades, those 1-1 upgrades, is like they're really good in certain fights, but the tanks can negate a lot of that. Part of why the tank upgrades are also very important. As we see, ByuN already halfway done with this +1 for the tanks. His 2-2 started up. Clem's armory isn't even done. So this is a big advantage for ByuN, who is behind in just about every other regard, but he's got those upgrades really coming in clutch for him. Clem needs to be on it starting up that 2-2 as soon as this armory is finished up. Because, well, yeah, he is behind. He's going to be half of each of those upgrades behind. ByuN has a 4th CC finishing up, so he's trying to kind of come back in the economic game. Clem has been ahead in that for a little while here. And Clem seems to be playing very defensively, feeling pretty good about his situation. But I'm surprised neither player is moving out with siege tanks and things. It looks like ByuN's starting to reinforce that position, though. Wants to bring everybody out over there. Oh, big stim here by Clem. Oh, and he's going to kill a lot of this. No real escape for these Marines. They just stim and try to run away. But Clem, now he's the one pushing out on the map. Big group of Marines here. He's got his tanks back at home, though. He's scanning to see, hey, do you have a fourth? If so, where is it? And, okay, Clem does have a fourth CC. It was just chilling in the natural. I didn't expect it there. I wasn't expecting that. ByuN chilling in the middle of the map. Might be able to catch this army, but this is a big middle of the map, guys. This is a huge middle of the map. I'm going to try to push this away. He's got a lot of Marines nearby, but a nice lift up of those tanks. And ByuN backs on out of there. Going to hold the high ground closer to his base. Now Clem's going to try to find a cheeky way in here. And with the Marines in a good position, actually going to kind of pin this army back a little bit. Oh, but the Liberator going to force the unsiege of 3 tanks. What a beautiful Liberator position here for Clem with the tanks supporting it. Just one Liberator, but it did so much. Oh, but that one does get taken down. Needs a few Marine losses, but worth it to kill that Liberator. Florencio now raiding. Oh my god, all the beautiful Protoss players coming in here with the raids. Thank you so much, my friend. Look at you lovelies. We are in game 5 of the grand finals. Clem trying to break in. There's a lot of Marines hitting a counterattack, though. Does Clem have anything back at home? Oh my god, that army is huge. This might be base trade city here. Clem's going to sacrifice this third base and a lot of SCVs to defend the natural. He's going to try to dive in at the same time, shutting down 3 of the 6 tanks. There's so many tanks behind that he's got to siege up and still play this a little slower, play this nice and smart, and push this third away. Ooh, SCV's coming with this. But I don't think ByuN can actually clear this right now. There's too many tanks here. ByuN's going to dive into the main base, though. There's a few units here, but not enough to stop 4 medevacs worth of dropped Marines. Almost all Marines, just 1 tank here. Clem's the opposite. On the other side of the map, he's got 7 tanks and a relatively small group of Marines. But Clem, he's going to push this away. Oh, he kills it. Kills the medevac because it has nowhere to go. Clem cleans up this force back at home, and he is going to stabilize. He's got 60 workers. His third base is still alive. There's a small group of Marines out here, which actually is still going to be able to do some good damage. But I think Clem, oh, he's going to clear up these Marines. Drops on top of the tanks, and that's going to be 3 dead tanks. ByuN still has this base over here, but a Liberator sieges up, forces some lost mining time. CC is going to go down. And I think Clem's in a very good spot right now. He's going to pull back. He killed a base. It's now 3 bases to 4. The worker count's actually very similar. Clem is up a little bit in the army supply, but the upgrades... Ooh, the upgrades, though. ByuN keeping up with those upgrades. 3-3, very close to finishing for his Marines. Clem, he's got +3 attack started, but never started armor. So he's going to be very far down in the upgrades for a while. You see that +3 armor already coming into play. Those Marines trading a little bit better than maybe they should have there. Oh, ByuN running into tank fire, though, getting caught off guard by the tanks, which were already sieged up. ByuN says, I got to get out of here. He's down 40 army supply. He's on even mining with his opponent. But that means Clem's just going to be able to start building up a beefy bank as he is maxed. And ByuN is nowhere near it. Clem happy to take these fights right now. Cleaning up a couple of siege tanks here. Just have to be careful about this one at the watchtower. It's a very weird place to fight. Clem, he's going to take down another tank. Oop, there goes the low ground siege tank. And the tank advantage here for Clem is monstrous. 12-2. While ByuN's up a few Marines, and he's got those upgrades. 3-3 is done. They just can't contend with this many tanks. And again, we've got a counterattack, but Clem is so ready for it. And as soon as ByuN turns around, he's going to retake that base. It's another dead command center here. The Marines try to stim him, but it's too many siege tanks. They just get blasted to hell. And now Clem's going to move forward. He's going to take down the 1 tank that's here. pulls back to his siege tanks. He can leapfrog them forward. There's nothing ByuN can really do about it. Clem is in a commanding position in game 5. ByuN's got so many Marines out on the map. Could he try to come in and sandwich this? I don't know. That might be too much. Too many tanks here for Clem. Clem's losing a lot of Marines, though. Oh, and ByuN's going to jump on top of this army. The tanks were not stimmed. Clem was not ready for this. And he's losing a lot of these reinforcements back at home. He does have a tank to fall back to, though. Few Marines here. The other tank sieges up. Is it enough? It looks like it'll clean up enough of this army where ByuN's leftover Marines aren't that scary. Clem still pushing into the natural here. He's got tanks sieging up. Marines diving in. And as he cleans up back at home, Clem is stable on 4 solid bases. I think this command center is still alive. It's just chilling up in the main base, or maybe it died and that's another one. It doesn't matter. Clem is ahead now in just about every single regard, except that +3 armor. But I don't think that's enough of an advantage for ByuN to overcome 50 supply. He's down so many bases. He's going to finally try to bust out, and I think he will be able to. Clem's going to try to lift up some of these tanks and get out. ByuN's still chasing. Marines turn around to save the tanks. One medevac goes down. The one with 2 tanks stays alive. A lot of these numbers have been reset. Clem is still ahead a bit of army supply, but it's really the mining where Clem's ahead. ByuN, he's got a mined out main base and almost completely mined out natural, and it's just the one base. Clem's got 2 solid bases mining, plus whatever's left in his maiden natural. He's just up a full mining base at this point. It's going to be very hard for ByuN to fight his way back into this game. He's still down 40 supply. Clem does still have to be a little careful. One good fight. ByuN's got a lot of stuff. If he takes a good enough fight, he could try to push across the map. But Clem, he's starting to push up this ramp. The Vikings pushing back those medevacs of ByuN. Clem's still up 30 supply. He's going to try to take this fight. He splits. He stims in. He targets down the tanks. They both go down. He pulls back to his own. Huge line of tanks. ByuN's going to go for it, but it's not enough. GG. And Clem takes the 3-2 victory. He does not throw this game away. He does not leave a winning game like he did earlier today. And this time he gets the win, taking down ByuN and getting his revenge on Max Packs on the way. GG's. Clem. Too good.